If Generational Opinion says something that is false information, it is not our faults. We did our research, but sometimes we try to remember something that we heard a long time ago. If you are confused, please go on the web and research it. Thank you and enjoy.
Welcome to Generational Opinions. These are my co-hosts,
Miles,
Paisley, and Callie.
and I am the host, Douglas, aka Dougie as they would call me. And today's topic is that the truth?
Is the Earth flat? It's scientifically proven that the Earth is round because Neil Armstrong went to the moon and have pictures of the Earth being round. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually have a good thing about that. That the Earth is like that. They say it's round, obviously, but when Neil Armstrong and them they went up there, saw the Earth, it was flipped of what they saw. Basically saw the Earth upside down of our maps. NASA really had to flip the photo so it would really kind of connect with us to make us feel more like that's what we normally see on maps. But really, when they flew off,
Why was it flipped?
because the way they took the
cameras?
picture, no. It's literally they saw it flipped.
Huh.
Because of the way they took off, they were basically upside down if we know it, but also that could be right side up. We don't really know.
But also, if the Earth was flat, the water would pull to the center, and it would be hard for marine life to live as we know it today.
Yeah, it is because gravitational pull was
Yeah, that makes sense.
all the water to it. But
I also-
the ice wall.
I also read something saying that the flat Earth would cause gravity to fail because they don't know how it would work because the Earth is round obviously, and so that's the gravity thing. Yeah, the oceans would basically.
What's below?
In the pictures, it's rocks.
Also, if
core.
the Earth was flat, people would be on top or the bottom, so you could fall because gravity would fail.
Right.
What if the Earth is just
Because usually on globes or maps and stuff, they always show Antarctica down here. They usually show Antarctica at the bottom. So if Antarctica was on a flat Earth, it would be on the bottom, and things would fall, and the water would go down this way and all that stuff.
That was a big thing a few years ago, where a big push. People were trying to say the Earth was flat.
Yeah.
I don't see much about that anymore.
I mean, there is this kind of cult group thing about it, and people are planning
But my
to go
dad's in
see
Is he?
That's so.
going to see the ice wall.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
So Game of Thrones? You ever seen Game of Thrones?
Has anyone other than scientists been to Antarctica to see the wall? Have they taken pictures of the wall?
Well, that's not real.
No.
That's not real. That's what.
Exactly.
Just an iceberg.
Antarctica is mainly populated by scientists and stuff.
Yeah, that's.
So they have the highest. They're that's the smartest continent.
If
you think about it.
If you
Yeah.
think about it.
If you think about it, it is the smartest continent.
So does Antarctica not have people on it?
What about the
people
North
are
Pole and South Pole?
on
How do they explain if you travel this way, you go around the Earth? How do they explain that? Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna answer my own question. People think it's called the Pac-Man effect. Go to one side, you just get transported to the other side.
So now teleportation, transporting.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. That.
It's kind of
People
when
have
you're
asked
searching on your TV or something, and you're going to the side. If you go too far to the side, it gets you to the other side.
Yeah. I don't think that's true.
Yeah, sometimes when
No. I'm saying for Earth. They were saying
Earth, yeah.
if it's flat Earth, you just keep going. Either you fall off, or now
You
you
get
just
transported.
transport to go here.
That's how they're explaining how
you just
go
fall off the Earth crust.
That doesn't
And they
make
explain
sense.
the atmosphere of us going straight and why haven't we gone underneath the Earth?
Yep.
Because they don't want
They don't want us to
they don't want to go down there.
There's something NASA doesn't want us to
There's also the NASA symbol, or not the National World symbol or something, is a picture of a flat Earth. Like a circular.
Yeah, there was this one guy who like I don't remember his name, but he like in like I don't remember what year.
Columbus.
Well, a lot of people during Columbus believed the Earth was flat.
Did
Yeah,
you?
they did. They did think that.
But
They were really.
the human eye can only see 3 miles forward, with nothing in its
With the
way.
Earth, yes, with the Earth.
Like with nothing in its way, you can only see like 3 miles straight.
They explain that.
And the reason why is because the Earth curves.
Yeah, the road.
That
flat Earth.
The curvature.
Yes.
yeah, it curves. And if the Earth was straight,
Flat.
if the Earth was flat, you would just be
You
able
could
to
just
see.
see infinite.
Yeah, but I mean, the human eye can see infinitely, but
But
not
the
on
human eye
Earth.
can see as far as it can see.
It can see 2 million light years away. But along with your thing, what flat earthers are explaining as why we can't see that far is because of, like, they're saying it's called the eye fog or like the earth fog. It's where if you go far enough, they say all the molecules look so congested it looks like fog, so you just can't see anymore. Like how they kind of
It seems like they kind of tried to make up a lot of
they
stuff
did make a lot of stuff.
to make it seem like it was real.
in science.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, some guy believed that the Earth was frisbee shaped, like where it was like round.
Oh, like
the
an
Earth-
upside down
like-
frisbee?
Yeah, like the
Oh.
ice walls were like that.
Well, that's technically what people think, but I don't think the ice wall would be that tall.
Like you
to
know, like
really
when
look like.
you know, like when a if you take a frisbee and you turn it upside down, it's like an indent in the middle, right? It
Yeah.
like comes out like that. He believed it was that shaped in the
Has a
ice.
lip.
Yeah.
Nope.
I don't know. I thought that was stupid.
I mean, it's just, it just goes against everything you're taught growing up.
Also, like the Earth is at a tilt, so like you would fall.
Yeah, well, the Earth is at a tilt, but I don't think the flat earthers believe that the Earth is at a tilt. It explains one of the reasons why we saw it upside down.
Because at a tilt. It's scientifically proven that it's at a tilt.
And it's scientifically proven
That it's round.
So, in conclusion of that conspiracy theory, it is fake,
It's fake.
which most conspiracy
It's clearly
theories
round.
are.
Yeah, I think there's too much scientific backing to prove that.
Too much,
Right.
but they're like, I wanted my ancestors to believe this. No one gives a crap.
Okay,
Going
next.
down the line.
Yeah, go ahead,
Paisley.
Paige. So we went from flat Earth to now
Aliens.
aliens.
Space.
They probably know it's round.
Probably don't want to visit us, so
Well,
they're dumb.
So like half the population, like the other half, like believe or not believe that aliens exist.
Who
Oh yeah, well let's do a raise of hands.
Who
Who
here
thinks
believes
aliens are real?
aliens?
Now, what do you think? Like in
all? Do you believe? Yeah.
yeah.
We all believe.
See?
Yeah.
Well, that
Alien.
doesn't prove my point of 50-50, but still.
1 out of 4 people.
So I do obviously 100% believe that they do exist. And recently the government kind of confirmed it because they came out like there were documents that came out saying like
Well, they had
basically just pretty much saying they're real.
There was a hearing this guy did. He was talking. This lady asked him
He said, I
questions.
can't. I've heard about that. Like,
He said, I can't publicly disclose this in an open setting. And then goes on and on, basically confirming
Aliens.
that I guess at Area 51 was that what they were talking about, is that they've retrieved unidentified
It's Area
objects.
51.
Hold on,
Okay,
we'll get to that. Unidentified like flying objects that crashed here, and they have living organisms from those crafts.
And
But he could neither confirm nor deny that.
if we
Maybe
like,
I'm an alien.
also
You probably
Probably.
when like I've heard this thing called the Great Filter. Have anybody heard
No.
anything
No.
about the Great Filter? So humans
Great
have
Filter?
the Great Filter.
Oh wait,
Have
no, I seen a
humans-
video about
yes,
that just today,
yes,
like
yes.
2
Yeah,
hours
it was like
ago.
the lady. Yeah, she was talking. Yeah, she was like talking about these like filters that humans have overpassed. The most recent one we passed was disease and famine. That wasn't not like COVID. It was like way over. And it was like one cell organism, multi-cell organism. Those like, but either we have passed a great filter, which is why we can't find aliens because they haven't passed that yet. So we don't really know what to like. If there's like another thing that we haven't seen yet, or if we're heading for the great filter. and we don't know what to look for because our example of intelligent life, some people think the great filter is like dying from the greenhouse effect or running out of fossil fuels, but there could be so much more that aliens, like other resources, other elements, because if we did find another planet with organisms on it, there would be so many more elements to add into Earth.
True. I
Because we
guess.
I've never heard of that. I've never heard that great filter.
I have. I like, yeah.
You should look it up. It's like
Might be
Yeah.
scale. Yeah. Yellow, blue.
So,
Yeah.
do we think? I always heard. Now, this is like I don't know, not new, but newer to some, I guess. But they said that aliens did the pyramids. What do you think about that?
Okay, well,
Like they built the Great Pyramids because you can't see it. I mean, we haven't seen them in person, but like
Well-
they're very, very,
Where did the
very large.
Where did the stereotype of aliens with big heads and green eyes?
okay,
That's from Hollywood.
okay.
Yeah, but who came up with that? Like,
I
wow.
don't know.
Hollywood.
Well, I know.
And I bet it probably came from somewhere. Nobody knows. I don't know.
So what I
No,
wrote
but-
down was like aliens, like that's what Hollywood made them. So like, but technically, we haven't really seen them, I guess. But people like claim to see them, but they could literally look like a human being, and we wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Callie?
But honestly, I like if an alien was like a human being and like we were in a crowd around,
We're aliens.
and you. Well, yes.
Sorry.
But if we were in a crowded room, let's say an alien was in there too, but looked like a human, I feel like if you actually like looked at the person or like talked to him, you would get like an off feeling from that.
Do you
And then-
get off feelings when you talk to me?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god, I'm an alien. Beep, bop, beep, beep.
That's a robot.
Woo-hoo.
Yeah. So what do you think about the pyramids?
No.
You don't think so?
No,
You don't think
I
aliens
think
did
that civilization, when they were just like,
I think God built
it,
Engineering.
it's you know what the pyramids are? They're tombs for their great rulers.
Yeah.
So like, why would aliens be like, oh, I want to praise you
So
and build you something?
do you know
No.
what I do think about the pyramids though?
They're fake. They're holograms.
No, definitely, completely way out. So you know how like people say like history repeats itself, blah blah blah. So what if there was probably like a whole civilization before us? Okay,
Yeah.
back when they built the pyramids, when the pyramids were built, they had so much like advanced technology, and then like I guess like 20 or 100 years later, that civilization like fell off. Like it, like everybody,
Fell
the
off
whole
flat
like civilization like fell
off
out. They all
frisbee.
died. Okay, and then our civilization now got built up, and then we're working our way back to that point, and then it's gonna start all over
Well,
again.
That's kind of like Atlantis.
I kind of think what she thinks, but I feel like back then, though, like the pyramids were like big buildings, like how we have like an Eiffel Tower, or we have like big McDonald's, or like AT&T buildings, all that stuff. The pyramids were like those; they were like shopping centers to old people.
No, they're tombs for the resting pharaohs.
Well, that's just what I think.
That's where mummies come
Yeah.
Mommy.
Well, so what I think happens with the, I think, because I don't know, I was watching something on some social media or something, but they were talking about that how big the stones are and how heavy they were.
Yeah, they're huge.
Well, part of me just doesn't think like,
People could lift them,
well,
They
they
were-
had some sort of like
Machine.
tooling, like machinery to
but
to
it
do
wasn't
but-
I don't
advanced
think
as like
machine is the right
pulleys.
word.
And that-
I think more like
that's what it was. They had to
They
lift it
had,
somehow.
like,
People were
wiring and electricity.
Well, did they have like those?
What do you like? Like you don't need like all that. You don't need power. What if it's like a pulley system?
Yeah,
That's
I
technically a
learned about
machine
that in
type of
second
thing.
grade.
Do you know how long it took them to build them? Or is it
I don't know that, but what I think is that there was an alien species or civilization here with us that helped them build those, and then they left,
Okay.
and then
See, I believe that. I don't believe the like aliens building.
and
all
why
that.
pyramids?
Pyramids
Illuminati.
is pyramids is the pyramid.
Oh my God.
It means like to the ancient Egyptians of like working, or like the pharaohs at the very top, and they go all the way down
Yeah.
to poor people or peasants.
Yeah.
Which is basically the pyramid, so triangle.
So, yeah. Well, so aliens though. Do you think that we're going to see or meet aliens?
I think once we get to the aliens level, then they'll allow us to meet them. Well, once we get to their smartness, kind of, if they're already
Well, how do we? Well, they're just gonna grow smarter.
Well, hold on.
So that would not work.
like it. Once we
The
get
government is hiding aliens from us.
So
Cool.
remember when you said about Area
Probably.
51 and how they found them stuff?
I think that's where it was. I don't remember where that guy said in that
Well,
video.
What I
I think
think,
it was.
I don't really
I already had a theory on this before, but this can really help. This theory, so the what they found, like the aliens sent down like a test run, not like necessarily a test run, but they sent down like a few aliens to go see what would happen if they touched down to Earth. And now that they saw what happened, they're just like always watching us because they're like too scared to go down and actually be on Earth because they know what like scientists would do to them.
Well, what's everybody's takes on aliens? Like, what do you think? Like, not are they true or not, but like, what do you think they look like? What are their like abilities and all that
So
stuff?
what they look like normally depends on what the environment they live in, what stuff they eat, what they have adapted to.
If I were to eat blue for a whole month, I would turn blue.
Yes, your skin would look blue.
It would have a bluish tint. Are you gonna do that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wait, if I eat salmonella, I mean salmon.
Salmonella? Don't do that.
Don't eat salmonella. That's what it is.
I think you should stay away from that. You might get sick. But salmons.
I meant if I eat salmon.
Salmon.
I meant if
would
I
do that.
ate salmon, would I turn pink like a flamingo?
No.
Okay, so basically,
You asked us about aliens.
to represent is
Wait, so
Wait,
if
hold
I
on,
were
we're
to
doing
eat
like
like all black, if I were to eat all like black food,
okay. No. Okay.
wrong color. like,
What if I eat lemons? Can I turn yellow?
what about like tan, like a tan color? What if I ate that? Like,
You want to be tan? It's like
what if I ate that for a month? But I started that like a tan.
So
Okay.
this is called a rabbit hole, which you are going down.
okay. So
And we're gonna go ahead and just
Okay.
wrap it
all the way
up.
out.
So aliens.
You asked us what we thought about aliens.
Yeah.
What they look like.
Yeah.
Miles, could you finish your thought?
Yeah.
Yes. So it depends on what they live in. If they live in a very harsh climate, they will look a lot different from us. They might be fatter, but not in the sense of eating. They would be more like, so they could stand like the cold weathers and make their bodies heat, or they could be like lizards or any of those reptiles who can like rely on their environment to heat them up or cool them.
Yeah.
So to wrap it up, aliens are real. If they're not, well, that's us. But we have come to believe, and it is most likely that aliens are real.
Dougie, what do you
Well,
think on
yeah,
aliens?
We just wrapped it up.
I think Miles is kind of, I think he's right, but I think they don't have to like do like a human type form though.
I think
Yeah.
I
aliens
think it
can
could be.
fly.
You ever seen Venom?
Yeah.
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 So he's like
Yeah.
he's an alien.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's like a glob first, and then he takes over a host. I think aliens could be that, and we have no clue.
Right.
Kelly, are you taking over? Our host.
Yeah. So let's move on to the
Okay,
next
so
topic.
I think
Moon.
What do you think? Go ahead. What do you think?
I think aliens are like the Gatorade color. Sorry, I'm not kidding.
Green?
The green Gatorade color.
So you think they're like
The
what-
stereotype.
like
no,
the
but not
stereotype?
like the booger green.
You think they're lighter green?
The like lime Gatorade green.
Some of them might be, some of them might not.
And other ones, I feel like they're like that color, like Dougie's shirt, like that blue color.
They
Yeah.
could be whatever color they want.
Yeah, but I think they can fly. I'm not kidding. Like this is not. I'm kidding.
the government doesn't want us to go into Area 51 because that is the escape. That's like the very end
There's a
level
portal.
to the simulation. Like once we step in Area 51, we're out of the simulation.
Yeah,
That's where they're holding all the people.
So you think
that
the
are-
world's like the Matrix?
Yes, but like that's
Have
where
you ever seen The
that's
Matrix?
that's where they're holding all the people. Okay, everybody's like in these chairs with these goggles on. Okay, and when you step in there, you go back in your body, and then you're just there in that chair.
Help me.
That's basically that's the Matrix.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
But that's the portal to space.
That's the
All
portal.
right, let's move on to the next topic. So our next topic is Miles's, and he had the moon landing. So that's been a big controversy for a long time.
I have lost. So, the giant leap of mankind had been faked was in one of the news articles about the conspiracy theory. They think people think it's actually a hoax, and that the U.S. government staged it to win the space race with the Soviets when they go or whatever. And then there's most deniers' proof is based on anomalies in the images transmitted back to the Earth and lunar surface. That's how they kind of explain the facts.
I saw something where it was
And-
like not Neil Armstrong thinking he was the first person on the moon. What about the cameraman?
There was no camera; it was attached to the suit.
Then how do you take a picture of himself?
That wasn't him.
It wasn't
someone
him, it was
else.
somebody else. I think there was, what, 3 people?
Yeah, there was three. There was 4.
But he was the first one.
He was the first one
He
to
was the
step
first one to
on
step
it.
on it. That's why they have the picture.
They
of
took the
him
picture afterwards.
with someone else.
So what you might be seeing is like Hollywood. Like, you're saying like they're filming him walk.
Yeah.
That's like
That's
Hollywood.
Hollywood. That's what Hollywood.
That's
was.
made for
That's
movies.
in the movie.
But also, I saw a conspiracy theory where it was like it's fake because like there's no wind in
Can we not?
space. There's no wind in space, and like how would the flag be moving?
There's
in the
a
picture.
pole.
It was a pole.
So the moon landing is fake. Like going off of yours is because the American flag is flapping in the wind. That is, it's not an ordinary flag. They planted the regular flag on the moon. It would have just hung there like on the Earth with no wind. But it had a horizontal rod in it. Yes, and it was sticking out the flagpole, and they had trouble setting up the rod all the way in it to have it fully thing out. So it was kind of off a little bit. That's why it had that, because it was kind of falling.
Well, anything on a pole is not just gonna stay up. It's gonna.
No. There's a pole inside of it, like on the top of it. It's not on the side of it, it's on the top of it.
you're
So it's
saying
like this,
it
like
just fell
like,
down.
like a
It
light
just fell down
post.
with, like the flag would.
Like those light posts that are like that.
Yep.
Sure. And then that's what makes it look like it's waving in the wind, quote. And then why the moon landing is fake because you can't see the stars in the picture was one of them. But that is just because
The camera is
yes.
old. It can't pick up
no,
things like that.
the exposure of the astronauts' cameras was too short, yes, to capture the spacesuits and also the moon surface and the dimmer stars, because the stars are very dim in there. And then you can't see Armstrong camera. I already explained that. It was on his suit. And then the moon landing is fake because the shadows aren't around.
No, this doesn't matter.
So,
because the problem.
Are you like saying like that's like the moon landing is fake because of blah blah blah, and then you're like proving it wrong?
Yes.
Okay.
Definitely. And then the problem with that theory, that the shadows, is because only the sun, although the sun is the main source of the illumination on the moon, it isn't the only source. There's another source on the lunar ground from their spaceship. Because they were like, the shadows coming from that way and that way. No, it's because of their stuff. And because the Apollo astronaut couldn't survive on the radiation.
Wait, when they took the picture, did they take the picture like what side? Because I saw a video on it, but I can't remember. So like they were on the moon and like the sun. Where was the sun? Like was it over here, there? Like where was it?
They didn't see the sun because they wouldn't see anything else but the sun. because the sun-
I know. I'm not saying they would be able to see the sun. I'm just saying like where was it? Because it depends on
If they're on like the day side of the moon and the night side of the moon?
yeah.
I don't really know that answer.
Because
Sorry.
since there's no
Probably on the
gravity,
opposite side. of where
since
they
there's
were.
no gravity in space, when you stand on it, wouldn't you float up?
No.
No, there's a
There's
gravitational
a gravitational
pull.
pull on the moon,
It's
It's
just
just
not.
not strong.
It's just not as
and,
heavy.
and it doesn't have an
So you can
atmosphere.
just like jump across.
So like,
you can
um,
basically
That's how
jump
waves.
from
That's how
water.
waves happen.
In the ocean,
waves are the wave and tides.
like
Well,
in the
yeah,
ocean, or like the heat waves and like air waves.
No, the ocean, like tides. The gravitational pull from the moon is pulling it back out. It changes.
She's an alpha. Don't like her.
You're an alpha. Is that your?
That's what.
Yeah,
they're-
that's what they put on the document.
Well, I'm only going into 5th grade. I don't know that.
Oh, you know what Mama said the other day? She was talking to somebody at Cali's volleyball game, and she went like this. Yeah, this is Paisley. She's in 5th. Well, she didn't say. And the lady asked, oh, she said, what grade is she going into? Mom was like, 5th. And I looked at her like, she's like, oh, I'm in 8th. I'm sorry.
Mama's our grandma.
I was like, no.
She's awesome.
Awesome. You'll say that to him.
Yeah, that sounds like.
Sounds like Mama, doesn't it? Yeah. So like, I mean, I know
So you
people
believe
think
it's real, right?
Yes, it is real.
I think it's real.
I mean, why would they,
They were
fake
definitely-
it? And yeah, here's another thing with the flag. Like, since people thought it was blowing in the wind, if they faked it and because like to make it blow in the wind, understand it, they're indoors. Hold on. They're indoors, right? If they were filming it, they would be indoors. So they would have to put a fan or something in front of the flag. Wouldn't the brains of Neil Armstrong or Hollywood be like, it wouldn't blow in the wind?
Yeah.
Like, so why put a fan in front of it? It's not gonna blow in the wind. Yes, business.
Pays them.
So, why haven't we been back to the moon?
We are going back. We have been back. We've been back, I'm pretty sure, twice in the same decade.
I
after
want to go to
moon
the
landing.
moon. Oh, well, cause
How many times have we
In the
been back?
70s.
no, because Neil.
Only
12.
you love ever stepped a foot on the moon.
Yeah, no, cause Neil Armstrong went, and
Oh,
then
like,
a girl
no.
went. I don't know. Her.
Yeah.
Aren't they trying to like make Mars the no.
SpaceX.
Yeah, they're trying to make Mars.
That's what Elon Musk is trying to do. He's trying to make it habitable.
Anyways, I saw something on
Moon landing.
the moon landing where it was like, I can't remember exactly, but it was like, I forgot what I was gonna say. Anyways, it was like they had to like really rush because they knew the Russians were gonna like the rations.
The space race.
Yeah,
That's called.
yeah. They knew they were probably gonna get there first, so they had to rush it. No. They had to rush
As Russians.
to get there before them, which I believe that they got there first. But a bunch of people.
Who got there first? Us?
Yeah.
Or Russia?
Yeah, we did. So, well, they were called the Soviet Union back then. They were.
What's the movie Hidden Figures if you want to learn about this?
There's a lot of movies out there you can learn more
What's
about
it
the space race.
I did see another.
It's on
thing
Netflix.
where it said they faked the picture. I saw this thing. And I don't believe it. Anymore, I don't believe it. But they said they faked the picture first. They faked the picture because they knew Russia had already was just about to get there. So then they faked it first. So then they faked it first, and then they
And then they figured out, well, we can do this.
And then
Like
they
a
actually
backup plan.
said that they did it, and then yeah.
Like a backup plan?
Yeah.
So, moon landing, real.
I think it's real. It's
So, Dougie, the last topic of the day.
I'm gonna go quick on this.
Do you
one.
wanna say it?
Mine's 5G.
5G.
5G LTE.
Does it cause cancer?
LGN.
Does it cause cancer? We don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
I think there's not enough time to like between when
what's
5G's been out to know.
What's 5G?
Because not a lot of
cellular
people. Yeah.
cellular network. So now there used to be 4G LTE, which stands for long-term evolution. Not sure why, but that's what
Is it like gigabytes?
That's data.
Well, because that's what's in my phone. I have something that's 5G.
So
5 gigabytes.
it does it. That's not 5. You need a clear story.
No, that's all she can have is 5 gigabytes.
Well, okay. So 4G was that was the cellular networks for a long time. It's just however the speeds were. Now they introduced a faster network called 5G. LTE. It's still 5G.
Is it
LTE,
like
but-
LGN?
This is crazy.
That's like
Nope.
gas and
but-
So what I think about that,
it's lighting.
you know how like you said about they don't know yet because basically it has been around long enough. Again, like you said, because of older people, you have to be like a long term exposed to it. So like once the people actually get exposed to it for a long time, then they will know. Like once us like you or now, once you're like really older, they'll test you or something if you want to.
I don't think it will. I think
It's just a thing about like because you know like it's microwave radiation is kind of it's close to that
Like heat
wavelength.
waves.
if you're in it, I think you would have to be exposed very close to high frequency
Yes.
for a long
Like
time.
if you worked 4 or 5.
I mean, the problem is though is that what's next? Like,
Yeah.
there's going to be a
Hey,
6G. Things are just going to technology's going to get better. And
Has
it's gonna get
anyone
faster.
ever looked at something like people who work around like 5G? Do a lot of them have cancer?
I don't think so, but it would be more like studies would be more about 4G, which I don't think the
You know what makes me feel really dumb? Because when I
Talking?
saw that up there, for a second I thought it was like SPF, like the stuff that's in sunscreen. I thought it was like SPF, like the sun that's in sunscreen, and then I realized it said G.
oh yeah, really. So do you understand what 5G is though? Like it's just a network
It's
connection.
like Wi-Fi.
It's just like better.
It is wireless.
Better.
It's a wireless connectivity. It's just faster.
Oh my god, is that like
That's what.
AirPods?
No, that's Bluetooth.
So like, does Bluetooth have something to do with it?
There are different Bluetooth types that are better
Like
with connection, better with
off-brand
speed, stuff like
AirPods?
that. Huh?
Like
AirPods.
off-brand AirPods?
That's all. It's whatever the device and your phone can connect. So if both of them can connect.
So
to
if you
different
have
things.
like, if you have
The
like,
same type
if
of
you have
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth and you put your hand between it, is it like 5G?
No. All right.
So
Okay,
okay.
Paisley, go ahead.
So you know how you said like if it did cause cancer, like we knew it did. Like I feel like okay.
It would just. I think it would have to be regulated.
Could it
somehow.
cure cancer too?
No.
Would 4G cure cancer?
No.
The government's keeping the cure from
Okay.
cancer from us.
No. They have a cure for cancer, and so one day.
Another conspiracy theory?
No, one day it will eventually be out. So they're just making it to where it causes cancer. So like you have to go like
That's
do
conspiracy.
something. I don't know.
Did you all get vaccinated?
No.
No, my parents won't let me.
My
They
mom
think it
doesn't
causes
believe.
cancer. No.
I
My dad
I did get vaccinated.
My dad thinks
Anyway.
that it's poison.
Wait, nobody knows.
No, I'm
Anyways,
just kidding.
I think that kind of wraps things up, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is it for.
Yeah, that's it for
the
Generational Opinions.
today.
Check us out on all podcast stuff,
YouTube,
apps,
Spotify.
YouTube,
YouTube, Spotify,
And
Apple
that's about
Music, and the podcast.
Amazon
all
Music.
podcasts. Wherever you get podcasts.
And watch us on YouTube, please.
Yes.
You would love to see our wonderful faces.
And we're cracking up over here on the side.
Yep.
And I think that's it.
Yep.
That is
We'll
generational
check you out on
opinions.
the next one.
Peace.
Bye.